Last week on Take One, Amal Clooney and some other incredible women, as well as a discussion on how dogs wear their pants. This week, Boise State men's basketball, Treefort Music Fest, and just for laughs, a rare trading card and 53 snakes. These stories and more up next on Take One. Welcome to Take One. I'm Christy Amstutz. It is week 2 of Women's History Month here on Take One, and I've got another great group of women to highlight. American sprinter Allison Felix had an amazing year last year, winning 2 medals at the Tokyo Olympics and securing her spot in history as the most decorated woman in track all time. More than that, though, Felix made waves in the sports community with the launching of her own brand, Seish, after feeling devalued by her former sponsor, Nike. Her company is following her lead by taking pride in showing vulnerability, and now more than ever, Felix is feeling the support of the growing community of athletes who are speaking openly as well. Next up, we have Amanda Gorman, who became the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history last year and is using the lessons and the flurry of media attention she has received to encourage more young women and people of color to express themselves through art. Her writing style is rousing, and it has led many to dub Gorman a symbol of hope for a better future. And finally, for today, we have Michaela Rodriguez, who made history in January as the first trans actor to win a Golden Globe. Rodriguez has long felt the scarcity of role models who look like her in Hollywood, and rising to the top of her field is validation of the change she's striving to make. She says she wants to be an example and show young women like her that it is possible. Now over to Jenna with our Bronco Sports Update.
Thanks, Christy. Boise State men's basketball are Mountain West champions and won the conference tournament this past weekend in Las Vegas. The NCAA selection show on Sunday put the Broncos in the 8th seed, and the team will play Memphis, who is seeded 9th in Portland, Oregon, on Thursday. The winner of that game will advance to play the winner of Gonzaga versus Georgia State. Men's tennis finished a 5-match homestand and beat Denver 4-3 on Friday and LMU 6-1 on Sunday. Softball had a dominant weekend in Louisiana, sweeping all 3 games against McNeese State. The Broncos are now 20-5 and will play Fresno State this weekend for their first home games of the season. The games will be played at Donna Larson Park March 18th through the 20th, and the series will kick off Mountain West play for the season. Boise State Athletics is nothing short of exciting, and good luck to all of these athletes. So as always, go Broncos. Now over to you, Grace.
Thanks, Jenna. Coming up this week, downtown Boise will be filled with Treefort Music Festival. This year celebrates the 10th anniversary of Treefort, taking place March 23rd through the 27th. The festival was originally created by a group of locals in 2012. They care so much for their community that they became the first ever B Corporation certified music festival, thanks to their environmental impacts. The festival has completely eliminated the use of plastic at the main stage, and several of the stages are powered by solar energy. They've also replaced all single-use plastic cups with reusable ones. So make sure you get your tickets and head downtown to hear a variety of artists, such as traveling headliners like Snail Mail, Kim Gordon, and Goth Babe, as well as some of Boise's local favorite bands. Even if the music isn't really your thing, with Drag Fort, Yoga Fort, Tree Fort, Hack Fort, Story Fort, and much more, there's bound to be something for everyone. Now, let's send it out to Daniel for a steamy session of Smash or Pass.
Alrighty, thanks guys. Well, today is Smash or Pass President's Edition, and today I have with me, who are you?
My name is Lacey.
Hi Lacey, are you ready for a Smash or Pass?
I have never been more ready.
Alrighty, well, we're going with our first president, the very first president himself, George Washington. Smash or Pass?
I'm going to have to say smash for George.
Why?
If you look at his face, mind.
Alrighty, well, that's very kind of you. But teeth or no teeth for him?
The teeth need to stay in.
Okay, no gummy?
Please, no gummy.
Alrighty. Our next president is Grover Cleveland. Smash or pass?
I'm going to say pass.
Why?
I want my rib cage intact.
You don't want to be literally smashed?
No, No, I'd really rather not. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, our next president, JFK. Smash or pass?
Easy smash.
Why?
Have you seen his face?
I have seen it.
That you need to know.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. And our next president, Andrew Jackson. Smash or pass?
Pass for Andrew.
Why?
Well, his head is kind of long and it startles me.
Anything else you'd like to add on?
His hair startles me too.
Ooh, what about it?
It's just, it doesn't complement his face. It doesn't help.
Are you saying he has a nice face?
No, it's long.
Alrighty, well, too bad for him. He's missing out. Alrighty, and our final president, Woodrow Wilson. Smash or pass?
Daniel, based off of the recent picture I've seen of Woodrow Wilson, I'm going to say smash.
Why?
Because he looks spicy.
What is spicy to you?
Just his facial features, and he looks wise. Smash.
Alrighty, well, you heard it here. That was Smash or Pass, President's Edition. Now, let's send it over to Jordan and Madeline for the Love Shack.
What is up, everybody? It's your favorite people. Maybe we're not, but we're back with a great segment. The Love Shack. Love Shack, baby, Love Shack.
Madeline, what are we talking about today?
It's so funny you'd ask that. It's actually hot, ugly, ugly, hot.
And I mean, you know what hot is, and you got ugly, ugly. So what's a better way to explain it to you guys and just show you some examples? We got our graphics. They're gonna pop up right here. Don't you worry.
Yep. Sorry.
We're getting there.
Okay, so our first example. We've got some juicy content for you guys today. It's gonna be hot. Mr. Jacob Elordi.
Oh
my gosh.
Come on.
Hot man, hot personality, hot accent.
Accent. The
Bonus
accent.
points.
For sure.
So amazing.
Nothing else more to say.
Australian. Ugh,
Come on.
we love
He's
that.
perfect.
Our next example, so we're gonna move it down a little bit to hot ugly. Mr. Noah Beck.
Come on. I mean, first you like him, and you're like, oh yeah, you're
You're
fine.
like, you are sexy. And then he speaks and
No.
he becomes a meme.
And the
people make fun of his
dances.
neck. And then it's just like, we don't like you anymore. So that's it for you, Noah Beck. Next up, we have ugly hot. Mr. Jack Harlow is a perfect example of this. He's not very attractive when you first look at him.
Right. It's like a little sneak attack.
But then
like
he
you're
sings. And you're like,
whoa. And the way he talks.
Ooh,
Like it's
Mr.
good.
Jack
It's good.
Harlow. And then we have Pete Davidson.
Same
I
thing.
mean, yeah.
I mean, maybe the tats will get you at first,
Yeah.
but that's nothing.
But that's reaching. That's
Right.
like, you got tattoos. Maybe we like you a little bit. But he's really just not. He's not cute. But then he talks, and you're like, wow, you're really funny. Like
yeah,
you're attractive
exactly.
now.
And Kim K agrees too.
Kim K loves the man.
For sure.
We've all seen it. Our last one is ugly, ugly. So the example that we chose is Nicolas Cage. We believe that he is very ugly, horrible actor.
Not a lot of great movies.
Just nothing really going
no,
for him.
yeah. I mean,
So,
it's self-explanatory.
yeah,
honestly.
everyone knows the guy.
Right.
National treasure. You know.
But anyway, we hope you guys understand what ugly hot and hot ugly are now. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe.
We're gonna send it back to the spec.
So, do you think we could like translate this concept to like Pokemon, like cute or cute ugly?
I think the best type of cute is the sheep Pokemon. Big boy,
Yes.
Wooloo. Big
yes.
sheep Pokemon.
Or like what's the other one? I don't remember. Just anything with fluff, just like
the fluff of
squish.
Gengar.
Yes.
Gengar's fluff.
yes.
The ghosty. But you know what's also big and fluffy?
What?
Not Charizard.
No.
Did you ever want to start investing in stocks, crypto, NFTs? How about Pokemon cards? Better yet, how about buying the investment with money that's not yours? Recently, a man in Georgia has been convicted for fraudulently applying for a COVID-19 relief loan for his small business and then using that good amount of money to buy the first edition Charizard trading card. Vidath Dosenstein applied for the COVID relief fund 5 months ago and stated in his application that he was running an entertainment business with 10 employees and a turnover of $235,000 before COVID. I really wonder what this man did to prove his business to the US government. Anyways, he received $85,000 loans from the program and spent about $57,000 in January of 2021 to buy this valuable piece of cardboard. Sir, I understand the appeal of collecting Pokemon cards. because I too have one. She is $50 according to the prices I saw in eBay. But how desperate can a person be to literally pull a fraudulent scheme and use that money on Pokemon cards? Adamson pleaded guilty in October of last year and is now in federal prison for 3 years. And now you may ask, where is this valuable Charizard Pokemon card? In the hands of the US government. So if you ever want to tell someone a fun fact, you can tell them that the US government has the first edition, shadowless, holographic, 9.5 gem mint, grade A, S tier based, 1999 Charizard trading card that's worth $57,000.
Speaking of reptiles, just how many snakes can one man own? If you guessed it 53, you'd be right. At least, that's where officials in Ohio draw the line. Eric Vogel, who describes himself online as a reptile enthusiast and breeder, has 53 snakes living with him in his 1,300 square foot home. He even has a permit to own the snakes. So, what's the problem? Well, he did not inform the local police he would be getting this many, which is required by the city of Madeira. He did tell the fire department though, so it's basically the same thing, right? Now the city officials are saying that they're considering an ordinance, not just to get rid of the snakes, but rather to create harsher punishments for those who failed to inform the proper authorities. They're not even questioning why one man could possibly need that many reptiles. They just say it's important for police to know in case they have to respond to an emergency. So I guess there really isn't a limit yet. I wonder how far this could go. Hey Joannie, you want to start a snake breeding business with me?
You know what's the perfect way to use snakes?
What's that?
We're gonna use it to take over the metaverse. We're gonna take over Mark Zuckerberg, the ultimate lizard, and then take over Facebook. I think it's a perfect plan.
Excellent idea. Hey Frederick, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Annie. The comic book industry is no stranger to offensive content, but last month's issue of Marvel's King Conan still features some surprisingly old-fashioned stereotypes about indigenous people. This third issue of King Conan's featured a character named Motowa, a princess who previously had a lover who had tried to colonize her people. Motowa is designed with that classic slim, thick comic book lady shape in mind, featuring that signature broken back and a funhouse mirror shape that many a Reddit user would drool over. Many indigenous writers were quick to point out that her character draws from a number of harmful fictional tropes about Native women, like the warrior princess stereotype, the idea of them as a prize for white men, and scantily clad decorative outfits. Perhaps most egregiously, her name is poached from a private one used by the real-life Princess Pocahontas, who was herself a victim of violent colonization in life and posthumous appropriation of her image in fiction for centuries after. Marvel writer Jason Aaron apologized for the character and told fans that they would be changing the character's name in response to criticism, and that he had donated his pay from the issue to the National Indigenous Women's Resource Center. But I mean, we can all understand how surprised Marvel must be from this backlash, right? After all, nothing says respectful to indigenous women quite like painting a character named after their historical figures with giant bazonkas and a golden thong and plopping her on an island to be rescued by a white dude with basketball-sized muscles. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks to the crew and writers for this episode. I am Frederick Hubert.
I'm Jordan Puckett.
I'm Madeline Molitor.
I'm Ani Mechkov.
And I'm Joannie Paraiso. Join us next time to see what other crazy things we'll get up to. We'll see you next time on Take One.